Hello everyone, how are you all doing? We're back here for another week of planetary weather forecast, follow up with a tarot reading for the collective. This week we have a very powerful, juicy, beautiful new moon in Pisces coming our way. I know the past week has been very heavy and difficult for many of us with what's happening around the world, and especially in Ukraine. So I am sending a lot of love to people there and people around the world, because as we all know, even though it seems like only one place that something has been happening, but we are interconnected whether we like it or not. So it creates a ripple effect and it affects everyone around the world. So please take care of yourself, take care of your heart. We're in the Pisces season. I feel like even though shit hits the fan for real, but I hope that we can all embrace the essence of Pisces, the sign of Pisces, that we can be a little bit more compassionate towards ourselves and everyone around us. And just know that if we can keep trusting, having faith, and knowing that there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, and just trust that whatever's happening, we will get through it. So anyway, let's start and talk about this week. There's quite a lot going on. But I would say, even though there's a lot going on up in the skies this week, I do think they are all some really beautiful energies, and they come in right on time. I think we can all make use of some of these hopeful, beautiful energy that's happening this week. So let's begin. March 2nd, my goodness, we're in March already. And by the way, just so you all know, March is the only month in 2022 where every single day of March we have no planet, zero planet retrograde. So this is the only month that this is happening. What does that mean? Beautiful. If you've been feeling a slow start in 2022, things in maybe some area of your life is feeling stagnant, stuck, or just not really moving as fast as you want, or things are not really happening for you. I hope and I feel like March is going to bring in this fresh air, fresh breath of air. Maybe things will start happening and rolling and speeding up. You might find a sense of ease to what's happening in your life. Hopefully you will also feel like things are starting to pick up the speed. You are gaining momentum. You're like seeing the direction where you want things to go. You're seeing things that you want happening. So, and as we move into later on in March, we're stepping into Aries season, which is opening our spring equinox and also a brand new astrological year. So Pisces is actually the last sign of the zodiac. We're wrapping things up, we're getting ready, we're tying loose ends, because we are getting ready to move into the new astrological year. So use this beautiful month to help you move forward, to get some groove in and start moving into the directions you want. If you've been feeling a little bit sluggish, lazy, it is time to hit that paddle and speed up. Depending where you are in the world, we are welcoming this beautiful Pisces new moon. It is happening on March 2nd, 12:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So it will be March 3rd, just a little after midnight, 1:35 a.m. Hong Kong time. So this is a powerful, juicy new moon, as there are many aspects happening during that time. And the time that I tell you is when the new moon peaks. So the energy, we can feel it before and after, you know, a few days before, a few days after. We can feel it leading up from the last lunation to the next lunation. So it can be like a 2 weeks energy portal that you're feeling. And as I mentioned, with what's happening in Ukraine right now, I really feel like this new moon in Pisces can really bring in some really positive, hopeful, compassionate energy to all of us, which we can all really make use of it. And both ruler, Jupiter and Neptune, are in Pisces. So, and last time Neptune was in Pisces, it was like in the 1800s. So, you know, it's really rare. So this is really special to us, and that we're having this as we're we have this chance to witness and experience and feeling this energy in our lifetime. So let's talk about it. And during that time, Jupiter, the traditional ruler of Pisces, is conjuncting, sitting right next to the new moon. So Jupiter is the planet of expansive, expanding, abundance, good fortune, beautiful, beautiful energy. So having Jupiter sitting right next to the new moon, the sun and the moon, it really magnify and bring out that Pisces energy even more, even stronger to all of us, even more powerful. And the way that Jupiter is sitting right next to the new moon just give me a feeling, a sense that this energy is kind of like opening a portal. Something that you have been working on or starting to work on, it will continue to move, grow, develop, starting from this new moon and throughout the whole March until the first half of April, because this is when Jupiter will slowly, not slowly, he's traveling really fast, moving closer to Neptune, and finally conjunct Neptune on April the 12th. So yeah, so this new moon kind of is like the beginning, opening portal of that energy. And whatever, like I said, whatever you're working on, you're going to start work on, you will see that development, you will see an expansion, you will see how it continue to develop as you move through April. So it is something to look at, to pay attention if that's happening in your life. And also we talk about how one of the things that Pisces govern is secrets, things that are hidden, that are not easily seen. That's usually, you know, within our subconscious mind or beyond our physical body, mind, and soul. And so having Jupiter magnifying that power, that energy, it can also be that new moon will be revealing something hidden that what you didn't know, or maybe you were guessing but you're not so sure. Something that hidden is being brought to the light for you to discover, rediscover within yourself or around someone or something, and it get magnified and expand. And since it is about Pisces is all about spirituality, it's a healing sign, it's also compassionate. It can be you discovering your gifts or connecting or learning more about them if you already have, and deepening your practice, rediscovering yourself, your hidden talents or gifts, or maybe a revelation about yourself. what you want in life, in different areas of your life, you suddenly just like discover something new about yourself, or something that was you were guessing hidden but it's being brought up right now. Pisces new moon is quite interesting too, because whenever we talk about new moon, it's all about setting new intentions and planting the seeds, fresh start, blah blah blah. And Pisces is actually the last zodiac sign, so we have this simultaneous of ending and beginning happening maybe in some areas of our life. And we are going to move to a new astrological year when we enter Aries season. So it can also be us having a better understanding or a new understanding of what we have been working on the past 12 months or a few months or so, and how we have been moving through and completing. And now that we have a new gain sense of perspective or energy or understanding with what's happening, how we're getting, how everything is moving and getting up until this point. And now that we're ready to call in something new, to implement changes, or as we continue and move into the next astrological year, maybe you have healed, learned, or moved past something for the past months or so, and now you're ready to set new intentions, or there are things now you want to put your focus on right now. So during this new moon, Mars and Venus, this pair of cosmic lovers, they are conjuncting Pluto, which is in Capricorn still. So all three of them create this stellium in Capricorn, conjuncting each other. It is a very powerful energy aspect. And when we talk about this, it can be seen as whatever you have been working on in any areas of your life. It can be, of course, relationships, because we're talking about the cosmic lover Mars and Venus, right? And it can be conjuncting since they are conjuncting Pluto, it can be you having some profound revelations around them. Different in your relationship sector, it can be romantic, of course, but of course also the relationship you have within yourself, the masculine and feminine energy within yourself, and all your other relationships with family members, friends, co-worker, and so on and so forth. Maybe you finally realize some of the relationships problems you have been going through. You are finally ready to let something go, someone go, or to transform and change in order to move forward to what you truly want and desire in that area. And of course, we are also talking about our own masculine and feminine energy within ourselves. So it can be us working on ourselves and noticing any part of ourselves that we need to change and transform, habits, patterns, limiting beliefs, thoughts, or anything that we need to let go, change, and transform, so that we can birth a new version of ourselves. And it can also be business partnership if you're having one of those, or your creative ideas, things that you have been working on, you want to move to the next level, you want to transform it, make it better, or make some changes. So it can be something like that as well. And Venus, the planet of love, planet of beauty, things that we value, bring us joy. She had to conjunction with Pluto already since her journey in Capricorn back in December. And now she is finally having that third and final conjunction with Pluto. It felt like a millennium, and this is the last one. This is the last purge. So whatever you have been working on from your Venus retrograde stories, you are wrapping up. You are closing up this cycle. Whatever that you have been working on, whether it is within yourself, your thoughts, your things around relationships, things that you value, bring you joy, all that Venusian things, they are coming to an end. It had been a long and tough journey for some, I'm sure, and it can be really rough. Maybe you have some really profound conversation, revelation, whether it is within yourself or with any of your relationships, those people, and now that you are at the end of that journey, you are having a better understanding of what you truly want and what you truly value. And this is that final purge, meeting with Pluto again. What do you truly want as you close out this Venus in Capricorn story that's in your life, however it show up in your life in a particular area? And it can be about relationships, things that you value, you love, things that bring you joy. You're doing a last deep dive into it, doing that last purge, and so that you can know what you want to carry or let go as you move to the next chapter of your life. And when we move into the next astrological year as well, another aspect that's happening during this Pisces new moon is Mercury conjuncting Saturn in Aquarius. So feels suddenly a bit heavy, serious, and mental energy. Yes, you are right, because Mercury is the planet of communications, of our thoughts. Saturn is that rather serious energy. It talks about boundaries and really getting things done, taking the steps to get things done, right? So during this new moon, this aspect, it can be about things coming together, things that you have been rethinking, contemplating, reworking during your Mercury retrograde story, which just finished not long time ago. And now that you have a better understanding, or you have more clarity and certainty to the steps that you want to take as you move forward in life. Maybe you have been rethinking, reworking an area of your life or some thoughts that's within you, and now you have a better understanding, you have a better plan, and knowing the direction you want to head towards, steps that you need to take. We have that Saturn energy to really help you to have a solid plan, really getting things done, get down to the nitty-gritty, how you can move forward, what steps you need to take. You feel like you're more ready to commit now, you're ready to make some decision, you're ready to go and move. And this energy during this new moon can also feel like like an interruption, a wake-up call to this dreamy, mystic vibe that this Pisces new moon have. It can be Saturn and Mercury is asking us to, hello, take a pause. Can you think for a little bit and listen carefully to what you truly want as you move forward? And that knowing that we are all different, we are all unique, and our mission, our sole purpose, what we want and what we are here to do in this lifetime is different. And not everybody that you know will always support you or will always see and understand what you're doing in your life. And we have to accept that and know that it is okay, because we might not agree with people that in our life with what they're doing as well, right? So same goes for them. Maybe some of them do mean well and just want to share with you their concerns and give you suggestion, and some of them are reacting from their own limiting beliefs or fear because they don't share the same understanding or things that you are doing for yourself in your life. And we need to learn how and when to say yes and to say no to people or things that don't always support us for our highest good, or don't support us in the way we want them to. How can we have discernment and healthy boundaries when it comes to that? Can we still respect everybody for having their own opinion, point of view, but also not let them affect us as we move on and continue to learn and grow and evolve in our life? All these aspects, we are having some personal planets having aspect with the outer planets. So it feels like it's bringing in some bigger picture to focus on our personal matters in life. I'm not sure if I say it right, but it feels like we are having a clearer big picture of what we want in our life for ourselves, and knowing what we want and what is aligning with us for our highest good within ourselves and what we want in our lives. I just want to share with you the tarot cards. The major arcana in Pisces and tarot is the moon. So, and the degree point where this new moon in Pisces is happening is at 12 degrees, which is the second decan of Pisces, which in tarot is the Nine of Cups. So together, the combination is similar to what I just said, that this new moon in Pisces might bring in an energy to us that we do have a better understanding of what we want for us, for ourselves, how we want to continue to move through life and show up in this world for ourselves and others, and what we truly want and desire to achieve in this lifetime. And sometimes it's just like the moon. The path might not be perfectly clear and shown to us, but there's light, and you know that no matter what, moving forward, you will be guided. You have that inner knowing and trust in yourself that you are always supported, loved, and guided by your higher self, your guides, the universe, that there's a path and it will lead to what you truly want and desire. The only thing that's requiring of you is that self-assuring energy that you have, that's actually always within you, feeling that you already have everything within you, that even though not everyone in your life might support and understand, but you know and you understand and you are confident that this is what you want in your life, what you desire, and you are heading towards it. You are gaining a better sense of direction, how you want to move forward, and you trust, and you just know by connecting with your intuition, your inner strength, your fire, your heart space, which is what Pisces is about, connecting with the subconscious mind beyond you, beyond this physical world that we can see, and just trust that it will always guide you for your highest good. So I feel like this is a perfect energy, and coming right on time. We all can use a little bit of hope and faith right now. In this new moon, that I mentioned before, Mars, Venus, and Pluto conjuncting each other in Capricorn, they are also having a trine with the North Node in Taurus during this new moon. So just like how I mentioned with the energy from the tarot cards as well, it is that inner knowing. You have a better picture of what your destiny is, because North Node in Taurus is really about us connecting with ourselves, our inner self, and listening to our calling, our destiny. And Venus, Mars, our personal planet, are balancing, knowing what kind of actions we need to take to achieve that, helping us to sift through what we truly value, want, and desire in life. And Pluto there helping us to transform and purge anything that we need to let go or transform in our lives in order to get there. So this is also a very beautiful energy that Pisces new moon is opening up for us. So, and since it is in Taurus, it is really bringing them down to the physical earth for us, that we know that all these dreams or things that we desire in life are not that far-fetched. They all can happen or manifest into the reality. We just need to take the inspired action and backing up with them, right? Even though the energy is very beautiful, but it still can feel a bit uncomfortable because it requires us to do something new. It requires us to maybe take a risk, take a leap of faith, and stepping into the unknown. But just like that moon card, you know that as long as you trust yourself, the path is right there in front of you. You just need to take that first step yourself and walk out. I just hope that this Pisces new moon will be juicy and powerful for you in all the many good ways. So happy new moon in Pisces! And shortly after the new moon in Pisces on March 5th, we have another beautiful aspect. We have a Jupiter Cassimi. March 5th, Sun actually moved and align with Jupiter to create this beautiful Cassimi. So it's truly lighting up and expanding that Pisces energy. So all the things that I mentioned about Pisces new moon, they are being magnified. So that's why I said, even though that Pisces new moon is taking place at that one day or peak at that time, we are really feeling it already, and probably will feel it the whole week and maybe even next week, depending how sensitive you feel energies, right? But very beautiful. And this Jupiter Cassimi really bring in that hopeful and optimistic energy that I really love, that I think the world really needs desperately right now with what's happening. So it is happening right on time for us. And if you feel like I mentioned before, if you feel like you're going through a period of stagnation, you're feeling stuck or slow start in 2022, hopefully this new moon in Pisces and this Jupiter Cassimi will really open up that portal. That expansion of light will finally wake you up and point to the direction you need to head towards and start moving. Definitely, if you have any sort of spiritual practice or learning, Jupiter is definitely magnifying that energy this day. So it is a beautiful day to get into your spiritual practice if you have any. And if you are in the creative industry, you might really get inspired and creative that day to create art, poetry, music, movies, or whatnot. So really have something to, maybe a notebook with you that day to write down any juicy idea that came through. And of course, each sign has their light and shadow aspect. While the light aspect are being mentioned and expand, so are the shadow aspect. So if you find yourself wanting to avoid and escape certain things or deal with certain people in lives through escapism and addictions, which Pisces talk about as well, just beware and take care of yourself. And I hope that this energy will help you in a more positive way. As we mentioned, Mars and Venus, this cosmic lover, if you have been listening to my videos, they are traveling hand in hand together, having this dance, having this tango as they move through in Capricorn. And on March 6th, they are literally entering Aquarius hand in hand, almost together, only few minutes apart from each other. So when we're talking about how planets travel in the sky, a few minutes is like instant. So they are really literally holding hands. So this is a very beautiful day as well, and energy, and quite powerful. And they are entering to the sign of Aquarius together. This conjunction that they have since February 16 will still happen, and they will still remain super close, having this tight, close conjunction throughout March until probably mid-March, until Venus starts to travel a bit faster and widening the orb of this conjunction. And when they were in Capricorn, they are still in Capricorn before March 6, things might feel really intense because we had our Venus retrograde, we had Venus conjuncting Pluto 3 times. The last time will be during Pisces new moon. So Venus has been through a lot on her journey, and it has been a profound, deep, transformative journey for her and for us. If you have been connecting and working on your Venus retrograde story, whatever that means to you, everyone is on their own path. So just take what resonates. So by now, you might have a better understanding of what you truly want and desire in life, in relationships, all the relationships, the one with yourself and others, and what you truly want in life. So now, Mars and Venus move and enter Aquarius is gonna bring up a different flavor, a different vibe, because Aquarius is different sign from Capricorn. Is gonna bring up some new energies and lessons for us to work on. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. It can be a little bit unconventional, it can be a little bit rebellious, revolutionary. It can also be a thinking and brainstorm energy that we have. Aquarius also quite independent, can be a little bit stubborn, and they are also a how to say, they care about community a lot. They also care about they are also humanitarian. So when we talk about Mars and Venus in Aquarius, it can talk about how we communicate and understand our relationships, the one that we have with ourselves and with others. How can we respect everyone as their own individual selves and still work and work with each other? Because everyone is unique in their own way. We might have similarities, but we are different after all. No one person will have all the exact same hobbies, personality traits that you have in yourself. And so how can you maintain this relationship with another person without losing your most authentic self as well? So you are not sacrificing yourself, you're still honoring yourself, but you're also communicating with the other person, so you can both work together to make the relationship work. And of course, that happens in a romantic setting, yes, but it also happens within yourself. How can you treat all your relationships with your lover, with people you work with, your siblings, your family members, your friends? How can you have that mutual understanding so that you both can be your own individual selves, but yet still make that relationship, that friendship, that family relationship works? So when we talk about our own masculine and feminine energy within ourselves, being in Aquarius, Mars and Venus in Aquarius, right? It can also be a self-actualization, knowing that we are different. We all have our own unique quirks and personalities and all that stuff. And how can we accept all of ourselves? That this is who I am, this is how I show up and move through the world and show up in the world. And it is when we can fully love and accept ourselves, knowing that is enough, and knowing that that's enough for us. That is when we can align ourselves with people, partners, friendship, co-workers, energies, etc., that also accept and love us for who we are as well. So you see that balance? You can only attract and align with what you give out. So can you accept fully and love yourself fully, knowing that is enough? If you can first do that, then you can extend that out to everyone around you, the environment around you, and attract that energies and people that align with you as well. So that friendship, that partnership, that work relationship will also last and work. So Mars and Venus are both entering Aquarius on March 6th. When Mars entered Aquarius last time, it was also March 2020. And if you remember that period of time, it was when the world went into a worldwide lockdown mode because of what's happening still. And now that Mars entered Aquarius again, I'm not going to lie, it makes me a little bit nervous. So I'm not saying this to create fear or saying that we will have another worldwide lockdown, but that was the energy Mars brought when it entered Aquarius in 2020. So even though I hope history will not repeat itself, but it does bring in that feeling of severe checkpoint in our lives. So I just want to mention it because not to create fear, just to give us a heads up so that we can be more prepared this time when we know the energy. And Mars will not conjunct, let me see. Mars will conjunct Aquarius on April 4th. So we still have a month to work with that energy and prepare ourselves. So all I can say is we'll just have to see what happens. So at the same time, even though we just have a heavy energy news that I just mentioned, we also have another beautiful energy that Venus is bringing in with Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune eventually meeting up in Pisces. So I feel like in a way they kind of balance each other, hopefully, and will soften the Mars conjuncting Aquarius energy as well, as they are both happening in April. So all I can say is we'll just have to see how it unfold for all of us. But having Jupiter, Neptune, and Venus all meeting up in Pisces is a very beautiful energy. I mean, it can be a very big, dreamy, abundance energy, but with Pisces, the shadow side is illusion. So whether it is a big, dreamy abundance or a big, dreamy illusion, well, we'll just have to wait and find out for ourselves, see how it show up in our lives. But hopefully this softer energy will balance out the heavy energy that I just mentioned with Mars conjuncting Aquarius. They both will happen in April. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. With that said, that's what's happening this week. And now we move on to the reading for the collective. Hello, everybody. So this is the collective reading for the week of February 28th to March 6th. All the cards have been shuffled and meditated. As you all know, it is a general reading for the collective. It will not resonate with everybody, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And you can also come back when the week ends to see if more messages resonates with you. If you want a private reading, I'm more than happy to connect with you. My information are all in the description box. Feel free to email me. Follow me on Instagram. You can message me there. And I also share more information about what I do. So let's begin. Let's see what is the collective message for the week of February 28th to March 6th. Okay, wow. We are definitely seeing the Pisces new moon energy coming out because Hangman, the major arcana, this is a Neptune energy which represents the modern ruler of Pisces. So we are definitely seeing that energy this week. We're feeling it up in the skies, as I said. As I always say, as above, so below. So what's happening up in the sky is definitely happening here in the physical world. We also see the energy of Mars, Venus conjuncting Pluto. Because Pluto is Scorpio's modern ruler, and this is the card of Scorpio, which is also the Pluto energy playing out here in the spread. So let's begin. Oh, and here we have Page of Cups, also water sign Pisces energy. So let's begin. As this is a collective reading, I am getting a few storylines here right now. So for us, it is really about feeling a little bit, for some of us, for a group of people here this week, 2022 has been a slow start for you up until this point. You're still figuring things out. You feel like you haven't really find your groove or your energy. Maybe some areas in your life is not going as well as you want. You feel like there are some imbalance situation. There are maybe people, relationship things, or certain areas in your life where you feel there's a lack of effort, there's a lack of give and take, whether it is coming from you or the other person, and you find that you need to have a different perspective when it comes to dealing with those areas in your life. You feel like you need a different strategy. You need to rethink take a pause and reevaluate the situation, people or things, or that area in your life. And this week, you're coming to a realization. You're able to see how you can achieve that balance in those situations, those areas in your life. And you're ready to implement some tangible steps or method to achieve that. You finally find the strategy to approach it, whether it is a legal matter, whether it is a certain relationship in your life or a certain area in your life. You're finding the balance, finding the groove. You are finding the new perspective to see those things in your life and to better navigate through them. For some people, it is really that Mars and Venus conjuncting Pluto energy playing out in your world this week. You are seeing what relationship no longer serve your highest good. There are relationships in your life, whether it is friendship, family members, relationship with a colleague, boss, partnership, romantic or not. You finally see what are you looking for? What do you want in those relationships? And the ones that no longer serve you, that you no longer want to keep or put effort in, you're saying goodbye with them because you're making space for better things to come in your life. You realize that there's no point to hold on all these different relationships in your life. And you also know that not every relationship will always grow and evolve as you move through life, as you continue your journey. And this week you're doing some sifting and sorting. You are, it might be tough for you to say goodbye or to let go some relationships, but you know it is for your better good, for your higher good. And for some people, it is to let go of certain relationships in life in order to start something fresh, transform it. You finally want to transform that relationship, whether it is reviving a relationship with a friend, a family member, or a partner. This week, you finally maybe approach that person to apologize, or vice versa. Someone is wanting to transform that relationship with you and approaching you with an apology or a message. It might not be crazy, dramatic, or grand. It may be just a small gesture, but there's a new opening. There's a fresh air coming in. It's like a death and rebirth, more like energy. And for some people, you have been waiting for a while. You have been feeling like you're in a limbo, that things that you're waiting for, you have been waiting to hear from, whether it is a job opportunity, offer, partnership, waiting for some news, whether it is regarding to a legal situation or maybe a work situation. You're waiting from a client, your work partner, to see if you get that project, if you get that promotion, or get that job offer. For some people, it can be relationship, right? You're wanting to hear back from that special someone, or so on and so forth. And this week, you find out the news. You finally receive what you have been waiting for. And for some, it can be taking a pause to readjust, to think through if you want this offer that's coming in for you. So definitely seeing all this planetary energy reflecting on the card, which is very, very interesting and not surprised at all, because as I always say, the cards never lie. I shuffle, I meditate, and that's what came out for us. So let's grab additional cards from different oracle decks to see if there's any additional messages, guidance for the collective this week. I will get all the cards out and then we'll talk about them. So here we are. We have all the cards out and we'll talk about them one by one. First, let's talk about this Ancestral Spirit Guides Oracle deck. We have Stag Energy, which is Trust and Thrive. And then we have Traveler, Move in a New Direction. And then we have Shield Maiden, Make Plans and Focus. And then we have She-Wolf, Unleash the Wild Within. So all these are very, the energy about the Pisces new moon. It is about trusting your inner guidance, trusting and having the faith, and to know that as long as you listen to your own intuition, you let the wild within yourself and your intuition to guide you, you will be able to make the plan and focus, which is the Saturn Mercury conjunction. First, you have to follow your heart. You have to be able to bring in that Piscean energy, go after your intuition and your dreams, and having that trust and faith for yourself and the universe. And then you can take the inspired action from that Mercury and Saturn in Capricorn energy in order to move in the new direction that you want. Because now that we have our retrograde stories, we know what we want, and we know the direction we want to move to. As I said, the Mars, Venus, and Pluto conjunction is trining Uranus in Taurus. You now know what needs to change in life. Any area of your life that need change, because you have done your work, you know what you want, and now you're taking the steps and making the plans to move to the direction you want for yourself. And then we look at the Moon Oracle. We have adjustment are required. A win-win outcome is forecast. So like I said before, again, they align. Sometimes you need to adjust your plan. You are feeling there are relationships or areas in your life that need your readjustment, need some shift and change, because there's stagnant energy, there's imbalance, and now you need to adjust them so that you can get a more balanced situation for yourself. And whether it is letting go certain people, things in life, whether it is changing direction, whether it is mending or transforming a certain relationships in your life or situation in your life, it is a outcome forecast either way. Because if you're letting go things, you know they no longer serve you. You know that you're creating space for something better to come in. And if you're mending, transforming something, it is because you want to move to a better direction with that person or situation in life. So either way, it is a good win-win situation, right? We have the spiritual animal deck here. We have horse spirit. Freedom is yours, just like that mutable Pisces energy. We have the freedom to dream. We have the freedom to do whatever we want. The problem is whether you want to listen to your ego mind or your heart, your intuition for your highest good. Or are you going to let other people's judgment, opinion to affect you? As I mentioned before, we are all different, unique in our own ways. No, not everyone will always understand and support you. Are you going to let them affect you? Or are you going to listen to your own inner compass? Follow your own inner compass, your intuition, your voice, your inner fire and strength to guide you, right? And then we have card number 8, Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Again, very Neptunian, very Piscean energy here. Trusting and allow the universe to guide us. And then we have Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit. So it is all about listening to your own voice and also trusting the universe. No matter what happens right now, it is for your highest good. 37 breaks down to 10. We are completing something, someone, some situation, relationships in life is coming to an end as we're wrapping up this cycle, as we're moving into the new astrological year, as Mars and Venus are changing sign, moving into Aquarius. We are wrapping up as the Venus conjuncting Pluto one last time, the third and final Pluto-Venus conjunction, wrapping up our Venus retrograde story once and for all. What are you bringing to the next chapter of your life? What are you letting go? Number 8, very auspicious and spiritual number. Listening to your own inner guidance, letting the divine to help you. Sometimes we get in our own way. So how can we not do that? 33 breaks down to 6. It is talking about finding that balance in life, whichever area in your life that feels stagnant or imbalanced. Now you know what you need to do in order to find that balance back. And last but not least, we have this last card, Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. Also very new moon in Pisces energy, because Pisces is a mutable water sign. So it flows, it dances, it moves, it doesn't stay stuck in one space. So, and you see these two people here flowing and just dancing and just letting their movement guide them. They are just free dancing with life. And I also feel like life is nothing but a dance sometimes, right? And it is also talking about that dance I was talking about. I used tango, the dance, to refer to the Venus-Mars journey. And they are dancing into Aquarius this week and conjuncting each other. Venus also conjuncting Pluto one last time. So how are you going to continue this dance in life as energy shifts and moves? So I'll also share the guidebook message with you here. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. Exactly, right? The universe has a mysterious intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which govern all of life. One of the best way to shift your energy, frequency, and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over. And with each new boop, sway, or kick, we are rocked back into the harmony with the rest of life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected with this systematic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something that you would not usually do to shift the energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it, and you cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It's time to shift things up and to find a way to dance along with the beat of life. My goodness. This message, this card sums up this week energy, sums up the Pisces new moon for us. Pisces is a mutable water sign, as I say. So dance with life, dance in the beat of your own intuition, follow your heart, and see where it leads you. So I hope this message, I hope you find this message useful in any way. So again, if you want a private message more catered to you, feel free to contact me. I'm wishing you all a happy new moon in Pisces. So take care of your hearts, take care of yourself, and I'll see you here next week.